Gemini, let's jump straight into it and see what the cards can reveal in regards to this kind of connection that you'll have, that you'll share with this person. Okay, nothing has gone wrong. This is a powerful connection because we've got the yin and yang symbols here, which do translate into masculine and feminine. A very powerful union that has come together. Now, the words here, nothing has gone wrong here, shows that it will be a very resilient connection. And that the issues that you may face together, the trials, tribulations, things that you encounter in your relationship will never be as severe as what they might appear to be, that the two of you will be able to work through these. So it shows a very resilient, very powerful connection because the yin and yang symbol is almost protected by this stone mechanism around it here. So it's very safe, it's very secure. So I feel as though this is... it's almost like a connection where the two of you will need to constantly reassure each other. Again, I don't know if this has anything to do with insecurities, but I feel like the two of you will support and reassure each other, which makes you an inspirational partner. It makes you someone very codependent, but it also gives... it shows your partner that you're there to support them and vice versa, that this person that you're connected to is here to support you. But very beautiful balance here. Very, it's like an equal or balancing connection here. I also feel the two of you are very similar in a lot of ways, or you're mirroring each other's behavior in a lot of ways. So you'll see yourself in this person and they'll see themselves in you. There's actually some very familiar territory here between the both of you that you'll share once you come together in a relationship. Let's have a look at the strengths of your connection. Gemini. Okay, Four of Pentacles with the Ace of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is a very guarded energy. It's the ability to hold on to something, understand its value, and secure and protect it. So I'm seeing that the two of you will be very protective over each other and understand the value of each other and your relationship here. The Four of Wands is also privacy and intimacy. So I feel like this is a very intimate connection. One of your strengths will be to keep your relationship private and to keep things intimate between the two of you, but also things that are intimate and that do go on behind closed doors, not available or shown to the people around you. That will be one of your strong points. So it could also be like the two of you existing as a couple in a partnership, so attached to each other that almost nothing else outside of you exists. And this is a very rare connection to have, Gemini, when you feel this way towards someone and they likewise reciprocate those feelings. So I think it points to one of your strengths being your ability to grasp each other and hold on to each other tightly and commitment, because essentially the strength, where your strengths lie, is finding stability and commitment with each other. So I don't feel like that will be an issue for a lot of you. Again, this is a general reading. However, the Four of Pentacles is a very, very good sign. It points to your ability to protect each other and be very codependent on each other, but in a very individualistic way, I think, if that makes any sense at all. But very, very positive. Also, the Ace of Pentacles here, more stability, consistency, and steadfastness between the two of you. I do feel as though your strengths might be in creating a future together, because the Ace of Pentacles is the hand of God here, being held very, very delicately. So I feel as though whilst this is a very strong divine connection here, I feel like there's the possibility of you, as one of your strengths, the possibility of you moving on to the next stage of your relationship. So I feel one of your strengths will be achieving milestones in love and moving on to the next phases at a very good pace. So I don't feel like there's a lot of pressure. Nothing really is rushed too much. I sense that it's a very good pacing to have in your relationship when the two of you come together with that Ace of Pentacles energy, because this is the crossing the threshold and moving on to the next chapter, the next milestone. So this is really very powerful. If you're coming together or moving in together, creating assets together, building a home, building a family, building a life together, this will be one of your strong points, because you'll have the same goals, you have the same vision, okay? That's illuminated here. You've got the same long-term visions as each other, and this will be one of your focal points when you move into the next stages here. So there's a lot of compatibility between the both of you. Let's move on and have a look at your obstacles. What could potentially be obstacles for you, Gemini? Ace of Wands and the Nine of Swords. Ace of Wands, I love that you have two aces here, because I feel like you're both bringing a lot to the relationship here. But if the Ace of Wands is coming up, if we read it in a context of a challenge, the Ace of Wands could be not grasping opportunity when it's presented in front of you, not saying what you really feel, not doing what you would normally do, not going with your gut, not going with your spiritual side, or your, you know, that spiritual side of you that's telling you to do that. It's prompting you to do something, but you might hold back. And this, of course, could be applied to your partner as well. One of the challenges could be that you're not opportunistic enough, okay? You're not grasping opportunity when it's presented to you by the universe, the gods, the angels. Ace of Wands can also be movement or relocation. Someone might travel often. Geographical distance or living situation may pose a problem for some of you in your connection. It may delay the movement or the flourishing of your connection. So this won't be for all of you, but for some that could be the case. Considering Wands is a card of action, it may be that someone is too busy for a relationship or has other goals, priorities that they want to achieve before they find and settle down with you, before they find commitment and settle down with commitment. So that could be a bit of an issue as well. It's either someone else's ambitions outside of a relationship is affecting the connection or the relationship directly with that Ace of Wands energy. But it's also passion and lust. So some might be very attractive or might be very attracted to a lot of different types. I don't feel it's deceit. I feel it's more that they have a wandering eye, or they're very open. They might have a very large social circle of friends. If it's a boyfriend you're getting, they might have a large group of friends, female friends. If it's a girlfriend you're looking for, she might have a lot of males around her. So competition, okay? Wands is almost like the wand, like a baton in the Olympic Games. So it's almost like competition here, competitive energy, or clash of ego even, that may pose problems. Also, the Nine of Swords is here, which is seen as anxiety, anxiousness, loneliness, codependency, or not feeling secure enough when you're on your own. So I feel like what may be an issue is individuality. I can't speak today. Individuality. And the reason I say that is because the Nine of Swords struggles when he's on his own, struggles with his thoughts, his mental pattern, lack of communication, lack of reassurance. So it's either insecurities, or it's the two of you. And you know, you need to be mindful of this, Gemini, because oftentimes when people get into relationships, they lose a lot of their identity, okay? Because you're spending so much time with this other person, and, you know, that's completely understandable. But for a lot of people, that can be deeply damaging. Well, for most people, that can be deeply damaging. That might pose to be a problem. Also, maybe something to do with communication, something that to do with not everything is said or expressed and then is suppressed, and feelings bottle up, and then it becomes overwhelming, and then that's when these bouts of anxiousness or even depression come into the relationship here. So you might need to be mindful of that. You might see this exhibited in your partner. You might see this sort of behavior come out within yourself. Nonetheless, the Nine of Swords can point to mentality, or the way you communicate is not effective enough, or the way you're communicating with each other, it's either inconsiderate, or you're not being overly sensitive to the other's feelings, and then essentially these thoughts stay with this person or will stay with you to a point where you become emotionally overwhelmed and you feel like you need to express that, but you do so in solitude. So solitude could be issues overcoming, abandonment, or not feeling secure enough when we're individual or when we're on our own. That could also be an issue in your relationship, but also loneliness, or lack of communication, or at least effective communication, gems. Look, I will leave your reading at that though. I hope that's been helpful for you, gems. I'm wishing you all the best, gems, and hopefully we shall be connecting very soon. So thanks again for watching. Bye for now.